I didn't log into his email to spy. I logged in to print a warranty. That's how almost every discovery story starts. Not with suspicion, but with admin. Ryan and I shared a home printer that refused to connect to my laptop, but obeyed his like a loyal dog. He was on a work trip, I needed the appliance warranty for a repair claim, and he told me 100 times, just use my email if you need anything, password's the same. Trust, when real, makes access feel boring. I opened his inbox expecting coupons, client threads, airline points. Instead, I saw a label folder I'd never noticed before. Records, personal, not weird by itself. Ryan loved folders. He organized receipts like they were museum artifacts. But the unread count, 2, and the bold formatting told me they were new. I should have printed the warranty and left. Instead, I clicked 2 PDFs. Same file naming structure. Marriage_certificate. Certified copy. PDF marriage_certificate. Certified copy 1. PDF. My first thought was stupid and innocent. Duplicate scan. My second thought was better. Open both. The first one was ours. County seal. Correct date. Our signatures. The small ink smudge where my pen caught the paper. I even remembered the clerk joking about our serious faces. The second one opened to a different county. Different date. 3 years earlier. Same groom name. Ryan Hale. Different bride. Not me. I didn't gasp. I didn't cry. I didn't even sit up straighter. My brain did something more useful. It started verifying fields. Groom full legal name matched. Date of birth matched. Signature matched. Same angled R, same clipped tail on the H. Bride name Elise Navarro. I said it out loud once, not emotionally, phonetically, like checking pronunciation. Elise. The issue date on the certified copy was last week. Not old record. Newly pulled, meaning someone recently needed proof of that marriage. My phone buzzed. Text from Ryan. Ryan, boarding now, talk tonight, red heart. Timestamp aligned with the PDF download time in the email header preview. He had pulled a certified copy of a prior marriage certificate right before getting on a plane, and hadn't told me that prior marriage existed. Hidden past marriage is one problem. Hidden active marriage is another. I checked the certificate status line. No dissolution stamp. No divorce filing note. No annulment rider. Most counties add at least one of those to certified copies when applicable. This one was clean, which meant either record not updated yet, divorce filed elsewhere, divorce never filed. I downloaded both PDFs and checked metadata. Creation tool, county records portal export access by account email. Ryan's download time, 6:42 a.m. today. Not archival. Operational. I searched his inbox for Navarro. 6 hits. All in trash. Deleted doesn't mean gone. It means hidden from lazy searches. I open them. Subject lines. Records request confirmation. Vital statistics processing. Certified copy ready. Payment receipt. $38. Administrative chain. No emotional language. No personal emails between them, which meant this wasn't romance recovery. This was paperwork recovery. Different category of risk. I searched broader. Marriage. 32 hits. Most were ours, vendors, insurance, benefits enrollment, then one thread from last year. Subject. Spousal status clarification required. From corporate benefits compliance. I opened it. Body text. We show conflicting spousal records tied to your SSN. Please confirm current legal spouse for benefits eligibility. His reply, same thread, 3 minutes later. Resolved, clerical duplication, current spouse verified. Clerical duplication. He told his employer that 2 spouse records were an error, not 2 marriages. I leaned back and looked at the wall. Not for comfort, for stillness, because stillness keeps interpretation clean. Then I opened a new note file. Title: Marriage Record Discrepancy, Ryan. Because when the same man has 2 certificates, you don't start with betrayal. You start with status. You start with status. Emotion comes later. Status comes first because status determines whether you're hurt, lied to, or legally entangled. I didn't confront him. Not by text, not by call, not by passive-aggressive. We need to talk. People rewrite records when they feel heat. I wanted the records cold. First step, verify the second certificate outside his email. I went to the county listed on Elise Navarro's document and opened the public records search portal. Most marriage indexes are searchable by groom name and birth year. Exactly the fields I had. Search, Ryan Hale. Year range, widened 5 years. Result, 1 hit. Marriage license issued, Ryan Hale plus Elise Navarro. Status, recorded. Recorded, not voided, not dissolved, not corrected. I clicked through to case details. No linked divorce filing. Some counties cross-link automatically. This one didn't, but the absence still mattered. I downloaded the index page and saved it to my evidence folder. Next step, verify divorce separately. Divorces are filed where at least one party resides, not always where marriage occurred. That widens the map, but narrows the logic. I built a quick grid of everywhere Ryan had lived in the last 5 years, cities, counties, states, and checked each court portal for family case records. Nothing. No Hale plus Navarro dissolution. Not proof yet, but probability was moving. My phone buzzed. Appliance repair company. Do you still need the warranty copy? The agent asked. Yes, I said calmly. Printing now. I printed the warranty from his inbox because cover actions matter and attached it to the claim like nothing had happened. Parallel normalcy preserves timeline integrity. Then I checked something most people forget. Our marriage license number. I pulled our certificate from the home safe and looked at the numbering format, county code plus year plus sequence. Then I checked the earlier certificate number format. Different state coding, but the sequence showed something interesting. Theirs was never followed by a recorded dissolution suffix, which that state appends when a divorce is finalized. Meaning, still active in that registry. My chest tightened slightly. First body reaction. Not heartbreak, legal tension. Because if that marriage was still valid when he married me, then my marriage might not legally exist. I opened our state statute page and confirmed. Bigamy voids the later marriage automatically unless prior dissolved. Void, not voidable, void. Meaning legally never existed. I didn't panic. I documented. At 11:18 a.m., I searched my own email for Elise Navarro, just in case cross-system leakage existed. 1 hit. 3 months ago. Shared insurance provider message. Dependent eligibility update processed. Attachment name. Hale, household change. I opened it. Household member removed. Elise N. Effective date. 4 months after our wedding. Removed. Not ex-spouse, just removed. Meaning she had been listed on something tied to him after our marriage date. That's not memory. That's overlap. I saved it. New logline. Benefit system overlap. Post-wedding. My phone buzzed. Ryan again. Ryan. Landed. Crazy turbulence, miss you. I read it twice. Not for emotion, for timing. He was traveling under a marital status conflict, pulling old certificates, updating benefits, and sending affection signals on schedule. Dual-track life rarely looks dramatic. It looks efficient. I replied. Me. Glad you're safe. Printer finally obeyed, grinning face with smiling eyes. Truth. Harmless. Keeps behavior baseline. Next, financial records. Marriage certificate copies are often requested for one of 3 reasons. Divorce filing, immigration/benefits, property transfer. I opened our joint bank and filtered document requests. Some banks log uploaded identity documents. There it was. Yesterday. Document upload, category. Proof of marriage. File name, marriage_certificate, PDF. Only 1 file attached, not 2, which meant he uploaded 1 marriage certificate to the bank, and it was almost certainly ours. Why pull the earlier one then? Different institution. Different purpose. I searched his email again, this time for subject, title, deed, refinance, beneficiary. Hit. Subject, primary residence title review. Sent from a real estate law office. Attachment request list included. Current marriage certificate, prior marriage dissolution proof if applicable. He downloaded the old certificate because a lawyer asked for proof the prior marriage ended, which suggests he didn't have that proof.
Because it didn't exist.
I closed my laptop slowly and said the conclusion out loud, again like a status check, not an accusation. Either he never told me, I said quietly, or he never ended it. And those are two very different betrayals. One is emotional deception. The other is legal fraud. I didn't decide which one it was yet because decisions made too early get built on incomplete data. Instead, I moved to third source verification, records that don't pass through his accounts at all. I called the real estate law office listed in the email. Not pretending to be him. Not lying. Just asking a procedural question. Hi, I said, calm and administrative. I'm organizing documents for a title review request your office sent regarding Ryan Hale. Can you confirm which marriage certificate you require? Current only or prior dissolution too? The assistant didn't hesitate, which meant this was routine.
Both, she said.
We still haven't received the prior dissolution record. Meaning divorce decree?
I asked. Yes.
Without it, title cannot clear.
Understood, I said.
Thank you. Title cannot clear. That's not emotional language. That's legal blockage language, which meant whatever property transaction he was attempting, refinance, purchase, transfer, was currently stuck because, on paper, he was still married to Elise Navarro. I logged the call with timestamp and summary. New line. Title action blocked. Prior marriage unresolved. My phone buzzed, unknown number. Voicemail transcription popped in. Hi, this is Carla from North Valley Title. Following up on missing dissolution. Please return call. Different company. Same issue. Multiple institutions flagging the same marital conflict means this wasn't theoretical. It was active friction in his paperwork life. I saved the voicemail file. Then I searched property records under his name. One property showed, not ours, not any address I recognized, small condo unit, purchased 2 years ago. Ownership listed as Ryan Hale and Elise Navarro, joint tenancy. And there it was, the first hard collision between his hidden marriage and his hidden asset. Joint tenancy means survivorship rights, not ex-spouse residue. Active co-ownership. I opened the deed image. Signatures, both present. Date, 1 year after our wedding. He bought property with another legal spouse after marrying me. That's not forgotten history. That's concurrent structure. I saved the deed. My hands finally went cold, not shaky, just cold, like my circulation redirected from comfort to cognition. I made tea and sat down before continuing. Body regulation keeps analysis clean. Next step, verify Elise. Not emotionally, structurally. People are easier to map than secrets. I searched professional databases, licensing boards, voter rolls. Name plus county plus age band from the marriage certificate. One strong match surfaced. Elise Navarro, occupational therapist, license active, address listed matched the condo property, meaning she lived in the jointly owned unit. I checked social presence, minimal, private accounts, but one public charity-run result showed a photo. Race bib finish line. Smiling. Beside her, Ryan. Same year timestamp as the condo purchase. Caption, my favorite person at the finish line. Not tagged, not named, but unmistakable. I saved the image. Evidence class upgraded again. Active joint property, public appearance overlap, no divorce record, title blockage confirmations. At 2:06 p.m., Ryan texted, Ryan, hotel Wi-Fi terrible, send me that warranty claim number? Operational request, normal, grounding. Double lives depend on routine chatter to stabilize narrative. I sent it. Me. Done. Repair Thursday. He replied with a heart. I logged the time. Then I checked something subtle but powerful. Our tax returns. Last 2 years. Filed jointly. Status. Married filing jointly. Spouse listed me. But IRS transcript request history, accessible through our tax portal, showed an identity verification attempt last year that failed first pass and required manual review. Reason code. Spousal record conflict. He'd resolved it somehow, but conflict existed in federal records too, meaning Elise may have filed married status with him in at least one system cycle. Dual spouse claims trigger flags. He was navigating them, quietly, repeatedly. My phone buzzed again, this time from the title office assistant returning my earlier caller ID. Just so you know, she added helpfully, if prior marriage isn't dissolved, any later marriage is considered void in most jurisdictions. You'll want legal advice.
I understand, I said. And I did.
I opened a new document. Not an evidence log this time. A decision tree. Top line. If my marriage is void, what do I want the outcome to be? Because once legality enters the room, emotion no longer runs the meeting. Emotion no longer runs the meeting. Jurisdiction does. I built the decision tree the same way I build risk models at work. Branches, triggers, outcomes. Not because I felt calm, but because structure creates calm on demand. Top branches. Marriage legally valid deception case. Marriage legally void status correction case. Each path had different leverage, different remedies, different timelines. Before choosing, I needed one more confirmation layer, court certified, not portal indexed. I went in person. County Family Court clerk offices are fluorescent lit truth factories. No drama, no opinions, just stamps and screens. I brought the earlier certificate copy and asked for case linkage search under both names. The clerk typed for about 40 seconds. No dissolution on file in this state, she said. And no interstate recognition entry either. Interstate recognitions get logged when divorces are finalized elsewhere and registered locally. There wasn't one. Can you print the status certification?
I asked.
She slid me a form. Certified, sealed, negative record result. Official proof of non-divorce filing in that jurisdiction. I paid, received it, scanned it into my vault folder from the car before even starting the engine. Evidence quality now. Court grade. My phone buzzed while I was still parked. Email from the title law office. Automated status update. File pending. Marital status exception. Exception. That's the legal word for this breaks the rules. I checked the attachment. Notes field. Client unable to provide prior dissolution. Matter escalated. Escalated to who? Likely underwriting counsel, which means more documentation requests, which means more pressure on him, which means higher probability of rush mistakes. Pressure increases truth leakage. At 3:18 p.m., I received a connection request on LinkedIn. Elise Navarro. No message attached. Just the request. That changed the board. It meant one of two things. She was running her own audit. He warned her someone might discover overlap. Either way, awareness had spread beyond one node. I didn't accept yet. Premature contact contaminates testimony. I took screenshots of the request and timestamp. Then, I checked something most people forget in multi-marriage conflicts. Emergency contacts. I logged into our health portal. Emergency contact for him still listed. Spouse, Elise N. Not me. Last updated. 8 months ago. After our wedding. System truth beats spoken truth every time.
Saved.
New evidence line. Emergency contact. Prior spouse active post-wedding. At 5:02 p.m., Ryan called. Unexpected, which itself is a data point when patterns exist. Quick question, he said, tone tight. Did anyone call the house about title paperwork? Phishing. No, I said evenly. Should they? Just spam probably, he replied too quickly. Ignore. He wasn't checking facts. He was checking exposure. Okay, I said. Printer warranty fixed though. He laughed, relieved. Wrong relief again. After the call, I added another column to my decision tree. Counterparty awareness level. Ryan. Escalating Elise. Possibly aware. Title office. Actively blocked. At 6:40 p.m., my attorney, the asset tracing one, called back from my earlier message. I summarized in 90 seconds. Facts only, no adjectives. She stopped me once. Do not confront yet, she said. You may not be married, which means you're not divorcing. You're unwinding. Unwinding. Different legal process, different remedies, sometimes stronger financial recovery because fraud invalidates agreements. Next up, I asked. Get his written marital status statement, she said.
Voluntary.
Casual. Time-stamped.
How?
Benefits forms, insurance updates, loan paperwork. Anything where he declares spouse identity. Declaration traps are cleaner than accusations. I knew exactly where to aim. At 7:12 p.m., I texted him. Me. HR asking me to confirm spousal info for next year benefits. Can you email me your current marital status line exactly as you use it? They're picky with wording, grinning face with smiling eyes. Friendly. Bureaucratic. Boring.
Perfect.
He replied 10 minutes later, not text, email. Subject for HR.
Body.
Current marital status. Married. Spouse Anna Hale. No prior active marriages. There it was. Voluntary statement. False. Time-stamped. Self-authored. Admissible. I saved it in 3 places. Then, finally, I accepted Elise Navarro's connection request. Because now, I wasn't investigating anymore. I was building the record. I wasn't investigating anymore. I was building the record. There's a psychological shift when you cross that line. You stop asking, is this true? And start asking, how do I preserve this cleanly? Tone changes. Timing changes. Even curiosity changes. It becomes selective. I accepted Elise Navarro's connection request at 7:46 p.m. I didn't message her. Whoever speaks first reveals strategy. I wanted hers. She didn't wait long. 8 minutes later, a message arrived. Elise, thank you for accepting. I think we need to compare notes about Ryan Hale. Not emotional. Not hostile. Not surprised. Compare notes. Investigator language. I replied. Me. Facts first. Claims later. Typing bubble appeared instantly, disappeared, reappeared. Editing behavior, good sign, suggests she understood stakes. Elise, agreed. Fact, I am legally married to him. No divorce filed. I checked last month. Matches my findings.
I didn't validate yet.
Me. Fact, I am also legally married to him on record, later date.
Pause.
Elise, then one of us isn't, legally.
Correct.
Me, likely me if yours is still valid. 3 dots again then. Elise, I didn't know you existed until the title company called me. New node confirmed, title exception triggered cross-contact. Called you how? I asked. Elise, as co-owner, they needed spousal acknowledgement for transfer. Your name appeared, not mine. Conflict flag. Transfer. So that's what the property lawyer was for. He was trying to move or refinance the condo, and the system surfaced me as spouse of record, because my marriage certificate is newer, even if invalid. Conflicting spouse records create automated alerts across property systems. I wrote, me. Did he tell you we were divorced? Long pause this time. Elise, he told me we were administratively separated, but not finalized. His phrase, administrative separation, is not a legal category. It's a comfort phrase. I saved the chat transcript export immediately, raw format, before tone shifted. Me. Did you live together continuously since your wedding? Elise, yes. Except his travel weeks.
Which I now think were you.
Travel weeks. My stomach tightened. First real emotional wave. Not jealousy, displacement. My marriage had been scheduled into someone else's calendar as absence cover. Still facts. Me. Do you want cooperation or confrontation outcome? Same fork I'd used before and O. It works because it forces intent clarity. Elise. Cooperation. I want legal clarity and asset protection. No public drama. Aligned incentives.
Good.
Me. Then we share documents, not opinions. She sent first. Fast, prepared. Attachment. Utility bill. Condo address, both their names, last month. Attachment. Joint property tax statement. Attachment. Insurance policy. Spouse listed. Elise Navarro Hale. Name usage confirmed. I sent in return. My marriage certificate copy. His written marital status declaration email. Benefits record showing her removal after my wedding. Title exception notice. Information symmetry established. Trust accelerates when evidence is exchanged, not feelings. At 9:02 p.m., Ryan texted me. Ryan, weird admin day, people asking odd marital questions. Bureaucracy sucks, grinning face with smiling eyes. Pressure leak. Systems were already squeezing him. I replied. Me. Admin always finds truth, eventually winking face. He sent a laughing emoji. He thought it was a joke. At 9:11, Elise messaged again. Elise, he asked me tonight if any strange calls came in. He's containment scanning. Same script he ran on me earlier, exposure probing across nodes. Me. Don't alter behavior yet. Elise agreed. Then she sent something I hadn't expected. Photo. Safe deposit box receipt. Both their names, open last year. Contents category listed. Certificates/titles. Physical originals, likely stored there. Which explains why he downloaded certified copies. He needed digital versions without accessing the box and triggering dual signature logs. I added a new evidence header. Physical document storage, dual control. That raises stakes, because original certificates carry more legal weight than downloads, but access requires both spouses, meaning he can't quietly retrieve without her knowing. Constraint discovered. At 9:34 p.m., my attorney replied to the document packet I'd sent earlier. One line. This is prosecutable bigamy exposure, if timelines hold. Not a threat, a classification. Exposure, not accusation. I didn't forward that to Elise. Yet escalation pacing matters. Instead, I asked her one more structural question. Me. Has he filed taxes jointly with you since our wedding year?
Pause.
Elise. Yes, first year, then married filing separately due to audit risk, he said. There it was. Dual filing strategy, split to avoid cross-spouse database collision. Intent pattern strengthening. At 10:08 p.m., Ryan called instead of texting. Voice warm, slightly overwarm. Miss you, he said. Long admin day? I asked. Brutal, he laughed. Paperwork ghosts everywhere. Ghosts only appear where bodies are buried. We talked 3 minutes. I logged tone, timing, wording because voice behavior is evidence of awareness level. After we hung up, Elise sent the final message of the night. Elise, when do we confront? I answered without hesitation. Me. Not until his lies are signed. Not until his lies are signed. That wasn't metaphor. It was strategy. And signed lies are deniable. Signed lies are leverage. The next morning I built the signature trap. Not illegal, not deceptive, just procedural gravity. People sign their own contradictions when you make paperwork feel routine enough. Target channel, financial disclosure. Banks, lenders, and insurers all use standardized marital status affidavits. He was already inside a property transfer process, which meant he was primed to sign forms quickly if they looked like workflow, not conflict. I emailed him at 8:12 a.m. Subject, title, office follow-up, need your line. Body. They sent a clarification form. Easier if you paste your marital status exactly how you want it recorded across all filings. Consistency prevents delays. Can you fill this wording box and send back signed? They're strict. Attachment. A real template affidavit my attorney provided, lightly customized, still valid, still enforceable. Key line inside. I affirm under penalty of perjury that I have no other existing valid marriage. Boring.
Standard.
Dangerous if false. He replied at 9:03 a.m. Ryan, send. I'll sign between meetings. Fast confidence, overload behavior, exactly what we wanted. I forwarded a copy to my attorney and to Elise with one line. Signature request deployed. Do not alert. At 10:27 a.m., he returned it.
Signed.
Dated.
Scanned.
No hesitation marks in the signature. No redraw. No correction. Meaning he didn't reread carefully. People rarely reread forms that look like admin echoes. I checked the metadata. Signed on his tablet device. GPS tag embedded automatically, airport lounge. Jurisdiction anchor added. I stored the file in 4 places. Evidence class upgraded again. Sworn false marital statement, timestamped, location tagged, voluntary. At 11:02 a.m., Elise sent a message. Elise, He just asked if I'd be comfortable signing a clarification soon. He's building his own paperwork shield. Parallel signature harvesting. Classic containment move. Get conflicting affidavits and claim clerical confusion later. I answered. Me. Delay politely. Say you want an attorney to review first. Elise. Done. At noon, my attorney called. Do not confront yet, she said. Again, which meant we were close. Next, asset freeze notice draft, but we hold it until after coordinated disclosure. Coordinated with Elise, I said. Good, she replied. Two-spouse coordination prevents narrative splitting. Narrative splitting, where he tells two different stories and plays delay between them, now blocked. At 1:18 p.m., I pulled one more thread, beneficiary designations. Life insurance portals almost always reveal the truth people forget to maintain. I logged into the policy dashboard we both could access. Primary beneficiary. Elise Navarro Hale, 100%. Not me. Never updated. Policy last reviewed 6 months after our wedding. He didn't forget. He chose. I exported the designation record. Sent it to the vault. My hand shook a little this time. First visible tremor, not from heartbreak, from finality. Beneficiary truth is intent truth. At 2:44 p.m., the title office sent a new status change. File flag, multi-spouse conflict, legal review required. The system had now escalated beyond clerks, into counsel review, which generates formal letters, which generate deadlines. Deadlines force truth events. Elise messaged. Elise, I think he's running out of road. Correct. Okay, good. Then we choose the intersection. We scheduled it, neutral ground, my attorney's conference suite. Same method that works every time. Professional setting suppresses theatrics and preserves statements. Joint invite sent from the attorney's office. Not from either of us. Subject. Marital status clarification conference. Required for title resolution. Administrative framing. Impossible to ignore. Impossible to spin as emotional ambush. Ryan replied to the office within 9 minutes. I'll attend. No questions asked. Compliance means pressure recognized. That night he called me again, voice softer than usual. Feels like paperwork is attacking me this week, he joked. Paperwork doesn't attack, I said gently. It reveals. He laughed. He thought it was philosophy. It was timing. It was timing. Administrative truth always lands before emotional truth, if you let the systems work long enough. The conference room was neutral on purpose. Glass walls with privacy film, a long table, a speakerphone in the center, a clock no one could ignore. No home advantage. No ambush staging. Just process. My attorney sat at the head. Elise arrived 2 minutes early. I arrived 3 minutes after that. Ryan walked in last. Laptop bag, polite smile, mild fatigue performance, the look of a man expecting bureaucratic annoyance, not structural collapse. Thanks for coming, my attorney said evenly. This is a status clarification session tied to a title conflict. Not marriage. Not betrayal. Title conflict. He nodded. Saturday. Relaxed slightly. Wrong category in his mind. Before we begin, she continued, I'm going to confirm identities and marital declarations already submitted. She slid 3 documents across, one to each of us. Mine, my marriage certificate copy. Elise's, hers. His, the affidavit he signed yesterday. He scanned the top page, still calm, then reached the affidavit, and I watched the exact moment recognition hit. Not panic, not fear, realization. You said this was title admin, he said carefully. It is, she replied. Title requires lawful marital status. Let's establish it. She turned to him. Are you currently legally married to Elise Navarro? Pause. Microcalculation. Yes, but he started. She held up a finger. Not rude, procedural. Are you currently legally married to Anna Hale? Longer pause. He looked at me, then at Elise, then at the affidavit he'd signed, the perjury line 3 inches below his signature. Yes, he said quietly. 2 yes answers. Room sealed. My attorney didn't react. Good professionals never do. Those statements cannot both be legally true at the same time, she said. So, we moved to sequence. She placed the certificates in date order. Elise, earlier. Me, later. Do you possess a filed dissolution ending the earlier marriage? She asked. Silence. Not confusion, silence. End of option, silence. No, he said. There it was, the clean truth. Finally, smallest possible version, but enough. Elise exhaled, not dramatically, just relief through anger, like pressure releasing through a valve. I felt something different, not victory, not grief, alignment. Reality finally matched records. My attorney clicked a pen. Then the later marriage is void by operation of law, she said, looking at me. You are not legally married. You were misrepresented too. Language matters. She didn't say abandoned. She said misrepresented, because that word carries remedies. Ryan leaned forward. I was going to fix it, he said. It was administrative backlog, then it got complicated, then you bought property jointly, Elise said flatly. He stopped talking. Because facts interrupt excuses better than anger does. My attorney continued. We have overlapping tax filings, conflicting benefit records, false sworn statements, and dual spouse asset designations. This is now a correction and recovery matter, not a relationship matter. Correction and recovery. That's how systems talk when emotion is irrelevant. She slid the final packet forward, prepared in advance. Options written, structured. Immediate dissolution filing, Elise plus Ryan. Fraud-based civil recovery, me plus Ryan. Asset freeze pending correction. Beneficiary corrections. Sworn narrative statement from Ryan. No threats. Just paths. He read them all, slowly this time. What do you want? He asked. First time he'd used that language, directed at me. Not what will happen.
What do you want?
Clarity moment. I want my name untangled from your lies, I said calmly. And my losses documented and restored. No insults. No labels. Just outcome. He nodded once, defeated by paperwork more than people. Okay, he said. Agreement recorded. Statements scheduled. Asset holds triggered that afternoon. Beneficiaries corrected within 48 hours. Dissolution filed within the week. When it ended, there were no slammed doors, no screaming, no cinematic speeches. Just signatures, this time true ones. Outside the building, Elise and I stood in the sunlight for a moment. Strangers linked by the same false line on two different forms. You handled that like an investigator, she said. I handled it like a records problem, I replied. She gave a tired half-smile. Most people handle it like a heartbreak. Heartbreak heals, I said. Bad paperwork doesn't. I went home, opened my desk drawer, and finally shredded the printed copy of my void marriage certificate. Not because it hurt, but because it was no longer needed. Truth was already filed.